I'm Joshua Vickery, and this is my story of hope and unity. Well, so much has personally inspired me. In my role as a community leader, is definitely in our arts community. And from the moment I heard about this tragedy, artists from all over this community began to express how they wanted to take part, how they wanted to be able to give back. And I know that every single person in our community has looked into their own hearts and lives and asked themselves, how can I give back, whether it's donating blood or going to the center or donating money or whatever it may be. And for artists, being able to use their gifts and their talents and their abilities to be able to be a part of it in some way. We've had hundreds of artists all over our community reach out and want to be able to do that. So that has inspired me that so many good things have come out through our artistic community. Well, I think we should focus on the great things that we're seeing coming out of this. You know, this was a horrible tragedy, but as I've said many times the last week, if those 49 beautiful lives could see the good that is coming out of what happened, then they would be so, I'm sure, proud of that. But part of that is just the acceptance, the love, the unity, the blinders coming off and being able to see people for people. That's happening in a radical way in our community that I think is history making. But in our arts community, as so many artists are coming together to do a big tribute concert very soon, we've seen those barriers break down. We've seen those silos become a unified group. And so I hope that out of this will be the catalyst for us to see great unity among all of our different partnerships and organizations and people. But this won't be something that just happens right now, but it'll be the catalyst for that to continue to happen in our community. It's been extremely inspiring and, to be honest, overwhelming. With my own background and my own story and the arts community that I was able to create, we created that so there would be a place for everyone to do what they love, no matter their background, their race, their sexual orientation. Very similar to Pulse, we were a safe place to come and do what you love, to have fun and to not have those labels. And as just a resident and as a person, a part of this community, I'm so very proud that those walls are coming down and people are looking at each other for who they are and their hearts and their souls and not what labels that are across them or with the color of their skin. So I honestly have been encouraged. I have been overwhelmed and extremely emotional about it just because I do believe that we're seeing amazing things happening internationally that is coming right here from our backyard. It is unfounded, and I think we're seeing things, as I was saying before, we're seeing walls come down that I don't think would have been broken without this tragedy. And I have wept over the lives. I knew several there. I have known many people who were friends and family and loved ones. So I have wept over these lives. But again, if they knew the difference that their sacrifice is making in this community, it would be overwhelming. I don't think they could even grasp that. But it is unfounding to be able to see those walls coming down, and I think it is inspiring to be able to be a part of that and be able to see that and be able to witness that. I mean, there are churches who were not open to LGBT community who are having prayer services and inviting the LGBT into their community. There are people that I know, even in the arts community, who had relationships that had been broken and are now mended because people are forgetting. People are forgetting the past, and they're saying, life is too short. Let's put all of this aside and let's start over. And so it's even bigger than about a label or about a whole community. I think it's about even personal relationships are being mended. Families are being mended. Moms are calling their sons. Sons are calling their dads and saying, life is too short. I love you. I miss you. Let's fix this. So their sacrifice, what those families are going through is creating incredible change in communities, in our nation, and in personal relationships. The personal story is just that within my own community that I get to lead, we came together for a candlelight vigil this past weekend, and be able to have that intimacy and that reverence and using the arts to be able to honor their lives was incredible. And Joe Saunders, who's a great leader in our community, who led a lot of the candlelight vigils and bringing the LGBT community together, helped lead that time together. And for me, it was just a moment to be able to stop and pause in the busyness of planning this big tribute concert. I got so wrapped up in that I didn't get to just stop and pause. And so that was a special, beautiful moment to come together with people that I loved, that I could hug, tell them I loved them, and just be able to, in the quietness of that space, honor those amazing people and those lives.